Don Luke Electronics. The Alpha Geek, geeking out. If you go to bed at night without learning something new that day, your day is not complete. Luke Paquin, 1973. Project number 18, Raspberry Pi, Raspberry Pi 0W, Mk01. Raspberry Pi 0W. The Raspberry Pi is a popular single-board computer in that it is a full computer packed into a single board. Many may already familiar with the Raspberry Pi 4 and its predecessors, which comes in a form factor that has become as highly recognizable. The Raspberry Pi comes in an even smaller form factor. The introduction of the Raspberry Pi 0 allowed one to embed an entire computer in even smaller projects. While these directions should work for most any version and form factor of the Raspberry Pi 0W, the credit card-sized computer has become even smaller. The Raspberry Pi 0W is still the Pi you know and love, but at a largely reduced size of only 65 mm long by 30 mm wide. With the addition of wireless LAN and Bluetooth, the Raspberry Pi 0W is ideal for making embedded IoT projects. The Pi 0W has been designed to be as flexible and compact as possible with mini connectors and an unpopulated 40-pin GPIO, allowing you to use only what your project requires. At the heart of the Raspberry Pi 0W is a 1 GHz BCM2835 single-core processor with 512 MB RAM. The setup for the Raspberry Pi 0W is a little more complicated than on other Pis. Etcher. Etcher is a free and open-source utility used for writing image files such as .iso and .img files, as well as zip folders onto storage media to create live SD cards and USB flash drives.
Raspberry Pi 0 2 here and good. This good and memory here. Now the memory and boot the here, and that's it for now. Raspberry Pi here, this full or light here, light. So here go to the this and here the here good. Light this a card here and flash. Compressing the image. Now wait for compression and flash. 2 or 3 minutes for validation, good or bad. Flash good. Now see here boot. So it's good. So boot here, and boot here. So here, this country and this and network. So this me here, but here and here. So me. Copy. This and this. That's it. So eject and fine. Now the here, good. And this and C. And boot, and now the Arduino 0 and computer good and download. But now me password and this. So
Don Luke Electronics, Curriculum Vitae, Zoom, Patreon, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram.